anyone suffering from a neurological disorder, how that patient's ka workflow happens, and then I'll tell you about what we are doing, and then you will get a very clear idea of how it is important. So let's say anybody has any problem, they go to a doctor. The doctor understands that he's got some issues, but before prescribing medicine that will directly engage with its brain and neurological system, the doctor prescribes an EEG test. It's a very simple test. You can get in any diagnostic center. Okay, the patient goes to the diagnostic center, gets an EEG test done, comes out. Okay, if the test was done on a Monday, the report will be received either on Wednesday or Thursday. You can check it with this Apollo Diagnostic Center, Eastern Diagnostic.
নমস্কার, আমি পবিশা, আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগত পবিশাস জ্ঞানে। পবিশাস জ্ঞানে আমি বাঙালি ইউথদেরকে এন্টারপ্রেনিউরশিপ আর বিজনেস রিলেটেড মোটিভেশন দিয়ে থাকি। বাট এখন শুধু বাংলা নয়, আমি হিন্দি অ্যান্ড ইংলিশেও আপনাদেরকে কন্টেন্ট দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করছি। আজকে আমরা এসে গেছি বিইতে, বেঙ্গল এন্টারপ্রেনিউরস ইকোসিস্টেমের অক্টোবর মিটে। অক্টোবর মানে 6 অক্টোবর 2024 যে মান্থলি মিট হয়। আজকে আপনাদেরকে 4টে পিচ শোনাবো এবং আপনাদের সাথে আজকে মিট করাবো টিএবিপি অ্যান্ড টিএবিপিএসের প্রতিষ্ঠাতা ফাউন্ডারের সাথে। আপনাদের পুরো ভিডিওটা কেমন লাগলো অবশ্যই জানাবেন। তাহলে এখন আমরা একটু ভিতরে চলে যাই, ভিতরে গিয়ে দেখি কেমন হচ্ছে, আমরা কতজন এন্টারপ্রেনিউরের সাথে মিট করতে পারি এবং কতজন এন্টারপ্রেনিউর আমাদের সাথে মিট করবে। আসুন।
Thank you so much.
10 minutes Fazal.
Yeah, sure. So hi guys, I'm Fazal and happy to see you all of you here. Just one quick question: is anyone a doctor in the audience? Anyone? Doctor? No doctor, right? Okay. So I'll tell you first the story of how a patient, anyone suffering from a neurological disorder, how that patient's ka workflow happens, and then I'll tell you about what we are doing, and then you will get a very clear idea of how it is important. So let's say anybody has any problem, they go to a doctor. The doctor understands that he's got some issues, but before prescribing medicine that will directly engage with its brain and neurological system, the doctor prescribes an EEG test. It's a very simple test. You can get in any diagnostic center. Okay, the patient goes to the diagnostic center, gets an EEG test done, comes out. Okay, if the test was done on a Monday, the report will be received either on Wednesday or Thursday. You can check it with this Apollo Diagnostic Center, Eastern Diagnostic Center, Horizon Diagnostic Center in Calcutta. You can do it. Okay. Now, the reason being is because in the back office, the EEG technician has to work for about 2 to 3 hours. They have to manually look at the data, manually interpret कि कोई problem है कि नहीं. If they catch कि is the problem, then they have to classify the problem कि ये problem A है या B है या C है. Let's say for example अगर problem C है, then they write in the report कि it's a problem C. And then that report goes to the diagnostic center का doctor. The doctor looks at it, signs it off, report is ready, goes to the billing. On the third day, the guy gets it from the billing counter. That's the workflow. Okay. Now, this workflow is very bad, and it hasn't been improved in the last 30 years because the person has to work 3 hours. And if I could show you, I have a laptop, so anybody is interested, I can show you real life what this data looks like. It's very, very painful. Okay. And the error in this sector, just do one googling, you will find that the error is between 12% to 19%. What we are doing is, we have built our own proprietary algorithms where we are taking the EEG data, we are diagnosing epilepsy right within 6 seconds. बता दे रहे epilepsy है कि नहीं है. अगर है, तो when did that seizure occur? It was a 40-minute test. So did it occur between 70th and 80th second or 120th to 130th second? We'll tell you the exact spot. So, and the reason why it is important, because a 30-minute test is 1800 seconds. एंड एक पेज में 10 सेकेंड का ग्राफ होता है, तो अ डॉक्टर हैज टू लुक थ्रू 180 पेजेस ऑफ ग्राफ. बट व्हेन आई टेल यू द एग्जैक्ट सेकेंड, देन यू कैन गो टू दैट पर्टिकुलर पेज नंबर directly and save another 10 to 15 minutes. So we are reducing the turnaround time of reporting by 99% almost. This POC is already live. We are already doing validation testing with Helen Cross Diagnostic Center, RB Diagnostic Center, Acharya Tulsi Diagnostic Center. We are already getting a data from all of 10 to 12 diagnostic centers across Calcutta, Triple IIT Mandi, T-Hub Hyderabad, Triple IIT Hyderabad, Research and Innovation Circle of Hyderabad, NIMHANS Bangalore, IIT Guwahati, AIIMS Guwahati. We right now stand on the largest data set of EEG in the world because nobody looked at this problem. We have right now 60,000 patient ka data, and all of this is real, and this data is from the past 12 months. We have now started experimenting on data from MIT, Harvard, Stanford, Carnegie Mellon. In fact, right now we are in a side research work with Carnegie Mellon where we are solving this problem for specific cases of Parkinson's and Alzheimer also. Okay, so that is our next step. So we have already solved epilepsy with an accuracy of 98.9%, which is way better to put it on the production level. Right now we are looking to raise fund primarily because this area has a few steps of red tape. The first red tape is of having the technology validated by the government, which is called a CDSCO license. So that's why I primarily need the capital. And the second step is to do enterprise sales, where I need to build a SaaS, push this across diagnostic center. Reason being for that is doctors are not technical folks. They only want to click next, done. And we are going to build the SaaS in that manner that they don't have to use their technical brain. They'll just do 3 clicks, the report will be ready. So that's us primarily. And with regards to progress, our POC is live. Anyone who's interested, I can give you a demo. We take the, now how do we make things happen? So we have built actually 3 pieces of technology. EEG gives you a very raw file, okay, which cannot be opened in a computer. You can ask any engineer, it cannot be opened in a computer. And you will be shocked, there are 4 different types of files. The reason is, Siemens company का machine का format अलग है, Philips Electric का machine का format अलग है, General Electric का machine का format अलग है. We have built a data pre-processing where whatever those 10 of the formats are, we take the data, pre-process it in a manner, turn into a CSV so that it can be ingested by the AI. So we first make it ingestible so that it can be ingested by the AI. So that is the first piece of technology. Second is we have built our own deep learning architecture. So there is no API at play. This is our own foundational AI model that we have trained again and again and again. We have almost trained it 6 times because first 5 times we are missing something or we are making some mistakes. So we have trained again and again, and we have built our own deep learning architecture. Third is where we are catching up ki when the seizure happened, the timestamp. Exactly. We are looking at the fluctuations. So just to give you a very layman idea, EEG is nothing. EEG में क्या होता है? You sit, they put plugs on your head, and they just calculate the electricity activity of the brain. This is the literal electricity which you are seeing here. They look at the volts and amperes, so that's it. And based on the fluctuation of those, they decide ki whether you are normal or you are suffering from epilepsy. So that's the technology. So we have built those 3 things. It's ready. Now we are in the process of building a mobile app and a SaaS as we speak. And thus now I have started looking to raise funds. That's why now I'm going pitching. So that's it. Just a bit introduction about me. I did my engineering BTech in computer science. I'm from the batch of 2018 to 22. December 2019 I worked at 2 companies called Buff Now, Book Your Food Now, LWT, Learning While Traveling, which is still there in Sector 5. Did internship at these 2 places. December 2019 I started College Shala, where we were selling notes to BA, BCom, BBA, BSc. And it worked. We got 32,000 paying customer. We raised a $250,000, and then that company got acquired by July of 2021 by a bigger company called Lecture Notes, which is based in Odisha. Then in that company we were onboarded as the founders. We took that company to the next level, raised a pre-series round of 2.5 million, and then later that got acquired by a private equity named as Jani Ventures from Canada. And this is my 3rd company. And the reason to start is very important because it's very personal. So my sister gave birth to a baby boy, a nephew, and he had the problem. We switched 4 hospitals, and I came to the realization that in 2.5 months, so 3 hospitals in Calcutta, the 4th hospital was CMC in Vellore, but in 2.5 months, I've wasted 20 days just waiting for the report. Because God forbid anything happens to anyone, you talk to a doctor, they'll always tell you, you first let the report come in, then I'll tell you कि आगे क्या करना है. So you have to wait for those 3 days. You like it or not, doesn't matter. So that is what we are taking it down from 3 days to 3 hours, probably to 30 minutes also. So that's us. Keep right. Thank you. Any questions? Would love to answer. Please.
How are you determining the accuracy level of my blood?
Wonderful. So there is no way of determining that. So we had to work from April to July to create our own benchmark. So what we did, we took about 3000 EG data. Okay. All of this, Helen Cross, RB, Acharya Tulsi, they have doctors, so they gave the output. Then we put those 3000 files through AI, got the output, and we manually compared it. And then we created the benchmark. Then in the next level, when we started training, we started competing our model against this benchmark, and that is how we know if we have got an accuracy of 98.9%.
So that's just for epilepsy, right? And
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
what about the others?
The others we are working on. The epilepsy is something that is matured. Alzheimer, Parkinson, it's almost 70% there, but still work is left there.
And how are you scaling? Like you said, you're sitting on the largest data set. So how are you scaling this? Where are
So-
you storing the data?
We are storing it our own instances up in the cloud.
Okay. First of all, it's very impressive. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So are you having the data set of syncope, others, cardiac disorders which are related to the brain? Those
Yeah.
things also?
So what we are looking at, we don't, so the data are anonymized, okay? So data are anonymized. We take the raw file directly from the machine. So hospitals have got a lot of raw files. So we don't know the name and age, and that's fine, completely fine. Because all we care about is the graph, the amperes and the volts, and not the graph in the graph sense, but literally in the .edf, .bdf, .sif, .fif, .sft. These are the 5 senses that we look at. Anyone else?
How much are you
Oh.
raising and
We are raising around 300K. That is what we are looking to raise. Thank you.
Thank you, Fazal.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.